You haven't really competed in a triathlon, it seems, unless you've done an Ironman race.
The slogan is nothing is impossible, and you get out there and you find what's inside yourself.
It's pushing the boundaries of what we think we're capable of. I mean, who does this kind of stuff?
It's about being comfortable with being uncomfortable. I mean, if you take a bird's eye view at what you're doing, it's absolutely insane.
I came into the race knowing pretty well what the course was like. I came here early and trained on the course. So all that didn't prepare me for how hard the race was. It was extremely difficult, probably the hardest thing I've ever done.
I absolutely loved the full Ironman here in St. George. It was a fantastic course, but I think that having it as a half Iron really makes a lot of sense. So it's really exciting to see just more people in the community participating in the race, and more people in general can do a half.
Everything that wasn't working for us as a full is totally working for us as a half. Early season, tough course.
To do well here, you got to be a very well-rounded athlete. You're going to have a good swim, a good bike, and a good run if you want to be near the front of the race.
It's still on the same beautiful course, and it's really a championship-worthy course, so I'm very excited as a professional athlete that it's the U.S. Pro Championships.
The course is really still a tough course. There is more climbing per mile than there was when it was a full.
You start out at Sand Hollow, which is this beautiful swimming area, and then you ride around the east side of Sand Hollow, in through Hurricane, down the SR9.
We get to ride through Snow Canyon State Park now, which is a beautiful area.
So more of a steady grind there for about 4 miles, but it comes at a pretty good time in the course. You're about 40 miles in, and it'll hit you if you're not prepared for it.
Then you'll cruise back into town and head out on what was the original run course on Red Hills Parkway, which will peek out over all of the sea. I think that the race will be kind of a highlight reel of what Southern Utah has to offer.
Everything that goes into your training, I think you don't stop thinking about, I have to finish.
I won't tell anybody I puked 3 times at mile 3.
You know, I have to at least finish. If I have to crawl, walk, or whatever it takes, I don't want to start this and not finish.
I started pumping my arm and I was excited.
Then he drops down and starts doing push-ups. And the announcer's up there counting him out. This guy's still got something in him.
Yeah.
Starts counting out these push-ups, and then that's when he realized he hadn't actually crossed the finish line yet.
The heart and soul and the blood and the sweat of this event comes down to those, the masses, the rest of us.
I would do my 12 to 14 hours of work, and then I would go out after most of the family's tucked to bed, and I would go and train around 11 o'clock or midnight.
He's done that for 20 plus years.
At the end of the day, the amateurs are what make the sport.
When it was a full, we had about 300 people from all of Utah that were willing to participate. As a 70.3, we now have over 800. Not only will it be the biggest pro field that St. George has ever seen, but this will be one of the biggest pro fields that Ironman has ever seen.
I think every single pro that you can name is coming to this race.
It's not every day that you get to go out and play basketball with the best or go play football or baseball with the best, but when you get into triathlons, it's kind of a unique experience that you can race head-to-head against some of the pros and see where you measure up.
It's a really unique opportunity, I think, for us to interact with them and for them to ask us questions and to be available that way to tell them what it takes to race at a high level.
It's a huge accomplishment. I'd recommend that journey to anybody.